Good evening, class. Once again, I'm Technical Sergeant NCOA-Mitchell. We've now reached the second speech of our course, the leadership presentation. In this presentation, we were told to prepare a speech describing how a team or project we were a part of were led and managed. Along with that, we will be discussing team performance concepts, leadership and management skills, and project management concepts. As tech sergeants, most of us have attended at least one holiday party in our career. A project that I've had the pleasure of leading on more than one occasion that I decided to discuss would be a holiday party for a couple of different units I've been a part of. I've actually been able to lead this event and on a separate occasion just be a part of the committee. I don't know about you, but I look forward to the one time of year that I have the opportunity to dress nice, socialize with my coworkers outside of work, and relax and let my hair down, literally. There are so many different pieces that go along with the success of this event. Getting an actual committee together, selecting a venue that the unit can afford, selecting an actual date for the party when leadership has time in their schedules, asking questions like, will there be a dress code? Selecting an MC, making sure script is done. Will there be gifts and games? What will the price be for the tickets? Will there be a DJ? It's a lot of questions, huh? While this is not everything, these are just some major moving parts associated with planning the party. Each step in this process and everyone who contributes to making sure this party happens make up a team and have their own individual roles. One thing I did when putting together my committee was first asking for volunteers for specific jobs people were passionate about and would do and put their all into. The goal is to select those you know will execute their roles in a proficient manner for their delegated jobs. A member's characteristics typically lead to their selection for a certain responsibility or their role on a team as well. If I notice that my airman is artistic, I'd be crazy not to have them on the committee for decorating and the party theme. Also, if I have a member who is good with money management, their duty will more than likely be on budget. The first concept that I want to discuss is preferred team member roles. We started our initial planning phase of the party in June to provide a realistic time frame to make sure that our party was a hit. During our initial sit down, I played the role of the creator, throwing out the theme of a masquerade ball to do something different that we hadn't previously done. Tech Sergeant Molyneux, the advancer, took that idea and provided ways to make it better by offering a color scheme for the party and the idea of creating a contest for best mask worn. While Tech Sergeant King, the refiner, didn't offer any new ideas, he complained about everything that was brought to the table by me and Tech Sergeant Molyneux. But he did bring up the suggestion of things that the commander may or may not like when it came to the theme, suggesting, for example, making sure the individuals did not wear masks that were inappropriate. Once we all sat down and talked with the commander, Staff Sergeant Ward generated an email with the rules and dress code to send out to those who would be in attendance for our party. Her role in this process was being the executor. Sergeant Brown, who worked in the front office as the chief's exec, knew the intent of the commander and the chief and assisted all of us in the brainstorming process as a flexor. This was not a smooth process and at times felt like an emotional roller coaster. As a creator, I experienced the pep cycle of panic, elation, and panic again several times when we wouldn't immediately agree on the theme, and I would throw an additional idea out to the group. Eventually, we all agreed on the way forward, but nothing would have been accomplished without the other person's roles and shows how the Z process truly works. Leadership and management skills are a crucial part when it came to leading this team. The commander who possesses position power has the authority and responsibility within the organization to ensure the party happens because of his role as the commander. Legitimate power is based on his title and position. As the lead for the party, I used personal power and exercised a form of referment and information power based on building relationships within my team and the information that I had absorbed and adopted from previous parties that I had organized. When being tasked to lead an event, once the commander communicated his intent and his do's and don'ts, it was my responsibility to communicate with the members that make up my team. During that initial meeting and meetings leading up to the final party, I expressed ideas that I didn't think would work. My facial expressions at times showed that I did not like or didn't agree with an idea, and emails with meeting minutes were sent out to the committee to go over things discussed. I actively listened to new ideas brought to the table and took into consideration things that the members of the unit wanted when it came to the party, especially recommendations for food and games. Our group consisted of different AFSCs, both men and women, and individuals who had little experience of organizing a party to individuals like myself who had done this several times. What this allowed was the new and fresh ideas during the brainstorming process and gave others the opportunity to be a part of something that boosted the morale and the spirit of core of the party. It brought together a group of diverse individuals who all had one common goal of a successful product. When you have a group of individuals with many great ideas, my role as the leader in the planning was essential when making sure everyone stayed on track to avoid unwanted surprises. Our purpose was to have a masquerade ball theme. The goal was to ensure that that theme stuck. We had planned to purchase spare masks for those who didn't want to purchase one and didn't show up with one. Masks were placed at the door for easy access. Back in June, when we decided to have the party, I made a budget estimating and forecasting how much time needed to be spent on each part of the planning process. A venue needed to be selected first, with every unit typically having their holiday parties around the same time every year. It was key. Once we got that out of the way, we could take our time when it came to selecting our theme. Once I locked in the venue, we selected our menu and all the other small but significant details. I control the pace of the party planning by keeping things moving in the right direction, but also watching myself to make sure I didn't micromanage, step on anyone's toes, or go outside of my lane. I monitored. While there are big projects in the Air Force, I want to break down the project manager roles for this particular project we've been discussing because each role impacted the team. The sponsor, who essentially was the commander, authorized the project and was overall accountable for the party. I played the role of the project manager, who led, planned, executed, monitored, and controlled and closed the project. Tech Sergeant Molyneux played the role of the project lead, assisting me as needed. The project team consisted of Sergeant Ward, Sergeant Brown, and Tech Sergeant King, also a few airmen who were assigned certain tasks and activities based on where they were best fit. Finally, our stakeholder, who were everyone who attended the party, being that they were impacted by the outcome of the party. Just know, without the sponsor, there is no one formally backing the project. Without the project manager, there is no one leading the team in the right direction to accomplish the mission. You need the project team to do the task, to put the party together, and the stakeholder to attend so that there is an actual party without just the committee. The concept I want to discuss dealing with the unit's holiday party is the project management triangle. There are three main constraints in every project: time, cost, and scope. The scope of my project was to plan a successful, fun party for the members of our unit. When it came to time, I started planning 6 months prior and set deadlines for everything that needed to be done. Finally, when it came to cost, I set a budget based on the funds of our unit currently had and lined up different fundraising to make more money so we weren't completely restricted to having a basic party. In the middle, you will see the quality of performance. This reveals how we achieved end results and how the party actually went after it's all said and done, which was a hit, not only with my commander, but all of those who attended. Using this triangle allowed me to create specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and realistic goals, which influenced the outcome of the party. So in conclusion, we discussed what it takes to essentially plan a holiday party, team performance concepts that went into planning the party, leadership and management skills that were used to lead team members, including the diversity of the group, and finally, how utilizing project management concepts impacted the team. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your time.